Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Political Focus here on Channel 6 TV, CKTV, Central Kentucky. And we're hoping you're going to join us tonight as we got a few weeks to go. It's not that far away. It's the 4th of November. And the 4th of November, that's the day you have your say. That's Election Day. And on Election Day, we're going to be electing some candidates in several different offices. One of them is Bardstown City Council. And we're having one of our candidates here today, and it's Mr. Jimmy Arnold. And Jimmy, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ken. Appreciate you having me.
All right. Well, first of all, before we even get started, who is Jimmy Arnold? Tell us a little bit about who you are and a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm 59 years old. I was born and raised in Bardstown. I'm the son of the late Robert Arnold. That's hard to say late, even though Dad's been gone 10 years.
I know him as Bobby.
Right, Bobby. And my mother is Gladys Arnold. She's now a resident of the Christian home in Louisville, Kentucky. I have an older sister, Kathy, 8 years older than me. She lives in Louisville. And my brother, Bobby, 4 years older than me. In fact, he's an ex-employee of the city of Bardstown. I've retired from my business, Arnold Insurance Agency. I operated that for 35 years. Sold that a year and a half ago. Right now, I'm retired.
Well, so basically, as a small business owner in Bardstown and a lifelong resident, and I'm assuming you went to school here in Bardstown.
Well, I went to Bardstown till I was a sophomore. I flunked algebra. I panicked. I went to KMI in Louisville. I went for 1 year. I remember crying to come home every night. I got on the phone. And,
that's Kentucky Military.
Right.
Yeah.
That was in Linden, Kentucky. It was a boarding school. Couldn't come home but once a semester. And mother said, "No, you wanted to go. You got to stay there." The next year they dropped military. So it was a prep school, just like St. Joe Prep.
Okay.
And we could come home every weekend.
Okay.
So that was a lot better.
Well, like I said, you're a small businessman. I've been in the city of Bardstown for years, so you've had a chance to look and see what you like, what you don't like about the town. But there's something that's motivated you in the last few years to just make you decide, I think I want to run for city council. What brought you to that conclusion that you want to be a city council member?
Like I say, I'm retired now. I've got more time to devote to it. The insurance background helps me. I've got some experience with budget constraints. I'm used to dealing people in difficult situations in insurance. I'm also, Kenny, on the board of directors with Kentucky Growers Insurance. And that's the same, I'm currently doing that, and that's going to be a lifetime job. And that's the same thing. I have to deal with people in difficult situations. Like I say, my family goes back 4 generations in Bardstown. My children are 5th generations. You know, I'm born and raised in Bardstown. I'm proud of Bardstown. I love promoting it. I'm always interested in it. Another reason I wanted to run for city council, I know the administration. I can work in harmony with them. You know, I'm real proud of that. I'm looking at my cheat sheet, I'm sorry. I'm a people person. You know, I've coached youth sports for over 10 years. And I just feel like I can, I have the skills to listen to others. I can gather information. I think I can be a voice for the people. Okay. That's why I decided to run.
Well, obviously, keeping up with things, there's a lot of issues out there. Is there any particular burning issue out there? Or is there any particular thing that says that I'd really like to fix this, or people have been talking to me about this, or you just think it's just government overall that just needs a little attention?
If I could make a wish list, once again, the tongue is getting in my way. One thing I would like to work on a little bit, because it's a lot to swallow, I would like to see the city do a little recycling. I don't want to force feed too much. I'm a big fan of the Guthrie Center. A lot of my friends have been involved in that, and that's a great thing we got going on. But maybe a small amount of recycling curbside. Just start off with the cans or bottles, and just maybe a tray or a small amount, and have some kind of incentive to help the public do that. And just start with that and work from there. That would be my one go.
All right. Well, obviously, again, you've been around a long time, and you've seen Bardstown grow from what it was 50-some years ago to what it is today. And looking at Bardstown today, it's not quite what it looked like 50 years ago.
No.
We're growing quickly. What does that mean for Bardstown? Do we have to address some new issues that we probably wouldn't have 10, 15 years ago?
Well, obviously, we're flexing at the seams. Bardstown's getting bigger and bigger. I'm always concerned about annexation. And I think we need to be careful with that. That was an issue 10 years ago. It's kind of died down a little bit, but we need to be careful with that. The 245 corridor was an interesting development.
Yeah.
And it still is. I think once they expand it out there, they're probably going to expand more. But the biggest issue to Bardstown always is tourism. I'm always interested in that. And I think it's always exciting. When we were named the most beautiful small town in America, that was just a tremendous honor. And another issue that I'm interested in is the old Holiday Inn property. I mean, I'm just dismayed that that's not anything anymore. And I don't know what the city can do about it or city government can do about it. You know, you always think about tax incentives or tax breaks, but if there's something the city can do about that, I would love to see that get done. Because we need a convention.
Well, we need more rooms. There's no question about
right.
that. Because that's one of the things people do talk about all the time is they can't bring a big something here because we don't have enough room to put them in.
Right. I mean, there's a couple of organizations that provide convention facilities, but that was the best one in town.
Yeah. Well, you know, again, one thing about city council right now is they're having some city council issues, whether it's whether they're getting along or whether they're debating. Do you see a need for teamwork, or do you see the need that you know, maybe sometimes city council does need to butt heads a little bit?
Well, the way I see the city council is there's 6 votes, and the mayor's a tiebreaker. And you know, they need to have harmony, but you know, you need to represent the people, and that's my goal, is to try to represent the voice of the people.
Okay. Well, Jimmy, I'm going to let you wrap it up here right now. We've covered a lot of stuff, a lot of issues, and I'll let you tell the voters why they need to vote for you and why you're the best candidate.
Well, I may not be the best candidate. The best I can do is 1/6 of the ballot, and I just try to represent the voters to the best of my ability.
All righty. Well, appreciate you coming in here today and taking a few minutes out, and hopefully wish you all the best.
Thank you, Kenny, and I'm sorry if I talked too fast or stuttered a little bit. It's just my nature. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, we do appreciate you coming in. So we do appreciate that, and we appreciate you too as well, the voters of this area. And again, Central Kentucky TV is presenting this political focus for you, the voters, to be educated and informed of what's going on. We've had Jimmy Arnold in here, candidate for City Council for the Bardstown City Council. And Jimmy, we wish you the best, and we wish you the best on voting day, election day, the 4th of November. So for all of us here at Political Focus on Channel 6, this is Kenny Fogle saying so long. We'll see you next time here on Political Focus on CKTV. Take care, everybody.